Hey everybody, Marcus here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I am sitting in the shade on a hot day. I have a drone that I haven't flown in a long time. I've got the little Parrot Anafi. Uh, it's amazing. This drone is what, 4 or 5 years old, because it came out, I think, just before the Mavic 2 Pro did. And the Mavic 2 Pro kind of took the wind out of the sails of this particular drone. However, it does have a 4K camera on here. I was looking at some of my old footage with it, and it looks pretty good. And it's got a ton of features on it. The downside of this drone is that it's a Wi-Fi drone, and the connection was always iffy at best. As I recall, I could never get it out much more than 400 feet or so. And the last time I flew this one, I didn't even do that good. So I'm in a different park this time, and I hopefully there's less Wi-Fi interference. We're just going to put this drone up in the air. Again, we're not going to fly it very far, but let's just revisit it. Let's just take a look at it. And by the way, it's been a long time since I've flown it, so you'll see me stumble through the app. It's been so long, and the Fly Free app or Free Fly app is, in fact, I'm looking at it right now. Well, it doesn't say on there, but it's different. It's different than most other drone apps. So you're going to see me stumble through it. However, that's okay. Let's just see if we can get this guy in the air and get a little flight with it. Anyway, let's quit messing around. Let's get this bird in the air. Okay, I've got the controller all set up here, and I've got a green fly button on there, so it says it's ready to fly. Let's see. Oh, there's an error for the SD card, so let's punch on that, and I'm sure we're going to format it. So I'm going to click Format. Quick formatting is what we're going to do. Format. And it's formatting, so I'm sure we'll be fine. Yeah, that took just a second. We click Continue. Back to the main page, and yeah, look, we're good. So it's reading just like it wants to. So we're going to go into again. Well, let's click on the settings menu here. Classic controls. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff here, and I'm not going to make you go through it. Let's click on Safety. Return to home, I'm going to crank that up. It's at 20 meters. I'm going to crank that up to, yeah, 36 meters is going to be plenty. End behavior, it says hovering. So I think return to home, if I put landing, it will automatically land. So I'm going to switch that to landing. And I am not going to look at advanced return to home. So what they mean by that is when it RTHs, instead of landing, it would just hover above its return to home spot. And you can see here 2 meters above, but we told it to land. So, so let's see how that goes. Let's go ahead and click Fly here. And it looks to me like we're ready to go. We've got a good FPV feed. You see some stripes on there. That all that is the it tells you the parts that are overexposed, and those are clouds. So I'm going to see if I can start recording. Yeah, it says 4K 30 at the bottom, and again, it's been a while since I've done this, so I'm trying to figure this out. So if I click the button on the controller, let's see if that starts recording, and it did. Look at that. So we should be good to go. And do I remember how to do an auto takeoff? Look at the top there, takeoff. So let's click that. And look at that. There's the drone. It was that simple. Again, it's been a while since I've flown this drone. And look at how stable that little guy is. Let's spin it around here and take a look at it. And it even says HDR. Let's see if I can, yeah. So it's got a little, I don't know if you can see it, there's a little paddle here to move the gimbal. A little bit different instead of a scroll wheel. Let's move it over. Let's see if there's no obstacle avoidance, so we should be able to bring it in pretty close here and give you a good look at the drone. And it's awful quiet too. It's a light little drone and it's quiet. Let's do a droney. Let's go reverse and up. And yeah, it's not the most powerful drone. I'm going to let it go up as I kind of stopped the reverse motion there because I wanted to make sure we were plenty high. And, you know, just like as I recall, it's not a super powerful drone, but we've got a good connection here so far. It's looking good. What are we going to do now? Well, you know, my favorite sculpture is right here. So I think we should do an orbit first thing. Kind of get in practice with these sticks on this drone. God, it's doing great. The last time I flew it, even this close, and let's see, how far away are we here? I forget where the telemetry is. So we're 36 meters away, which is, you know, what, about 110 feet, something like that. So let me see if I can, yeah, and I messed it up already. And we are just in normal mode here. And I'm doing an orbit around the sculpture, and it's doing great. And you guys will see the video, and also you got to point the controller at the drone. If you look, the attitude indicator that in this case is on the right-hand side, if you keep it in the green, that really helps. And if you saw there a couple minutes ago, I wasn't pointed at the drone, so it was in the red. So yeah, it tells you if you're pointed at the drone or not. Okay, let's pick that camera up a little bit. And we're kind of a little bit higher. Let's drop it down slightly. And let's head out across the farmer's field here. And I want to see how we do. Let's take a look at our top speed. And it's going at 5.3 meters per second. And yeah, I'm sitting here trying to remember how I changed the speed modes. Wow, wow, okay, hold it. I'm just noticing here. Let's drop the camera down. They've done some work here. And let me get pointed at the drone. Again, I want to make sure I'm pointed at the drone. Yes, because I did get a strong interference. But look at this. They're getting ready to build something here. 2 days ago, this had grass on it. So yeah, it looks like we're getting something. And yeah, I am getting a little bit of stutter. Not a little bit. I am getting stutter on the FPV feed. And let's see, it looks like, if as I recall speed-wise, I'm in manual flight and I'm in film mode. Yeah, and I'm out. Let's see. Okay, let's get pointed at it again. I was a little bit off. Trying to stay pointed right at the drone. And I like that indicator that it gives you there. Okay, let's pick up that camera again. And I'm getting some stutter on FPV. And you know, there's just so many drones that connection-wise will do so much better than it. All the goodness that this drone has in it, man, it just really, I wish that, and as I'm trying to turn here, I've lost my FPV feed. So I'm gonna, let's see if it'll catch up here for a second. Maybe, maybe not. My FPV feed is frozen. Yeah, okay, let's see if we can turn it some more. And what happens if I push forward? Oh yeah, I lost my connection altogether. And in fact, the app quit on me, which is interesting. Let's see if we can fire up the Free Flight app again. And we're going to click fly again. So we got the app back. And I am pointed at the drone. Yeah, it's returned. It returned to home as it should. So that's awesome. That's perfect. That's what you wanted to do. How do we cancel that? Stop return to home. Yeah, so I stopped return to home. And let's get pointed back at the drone. And that's what this guy is really good about that. I wasn't worried about it because I know. So I'm going to have to almost point straight up here to, the drone is right above us. So, so let's kind of go out the other way here. I'm going to point it out the other way towards the park. And let's see how we do that direction. See how far we can get. And also, let's see, I'm going to see if I can change the speed mode here. Yeah, we've got film, sport, cinematic, and racing. So let's put it in sport mode. And so sport mode could potentially kick the gimbal. And let's grab some more altitude. And let's head straight out here. And let's see if we can get out over the pond out there. Not many people out in the park today. And how fast are we going? Yeah, we're almost 10 meters per second. So, you know, this isn't the fastest drone. That would be normal mode in a DJI Mini or something, but that's pretty good. And again, you know, I'm getting lots of stutter on my FPV feed, but you know, we have good control of the drone. And now, yeah, it's really starting to break up. So we're out 330, yeah, and I think it's worried about connection. I'll bet you if we turn around here, we may lose connection. Let me drop the camera a little bit. So you can move in the gimbal. I still got control. Let's see if we can kind of turn it around and bring it back to us. So 330 meters, it's out there about 1,000 feet, or actually a little more than, probably 1,100 feet. But we still have FPV feeds, so that's good. But again, that's one of the downsides to this particular drone. With all the features that it has, this Wi-Fi connection just, you know, I think I had it out at Lucky Peak Reservoir one time, and yeah, I'm trying to just stay pointed right at the drone. So that's something you really got to focus on. And even at this, we're 235 meters away, and I'm still got a lot of stutter on FPV. You know, that's just, you know, in today's day and time, that's unacceptable. You know, a few years ago when this drone was first out, you lived with those kind of defects, but you don't have to now. But my point is this drone has a ton, well, I went a little bit too much, and I even see a little bit of a crooked horizon there. Okay, let's stop right there, then we'll bring it back here where we have a little better connection. And now we've got much better FPV feed. It's a lot smoother. So how far? We're 150 meters out there, so that's about 500 feet or so. So, you know, that's just as far as that's going to be your limit on the Parrot Anafi. Not a bad thing. This drone has all kinds of features on it, and we're not going to have time to go through them all right now. Let's see, battery percentage. We're down to 58% on our battery. So maybe we'll see if we can take some pictures here for a second. What do you think about that? And again, I'm seeing a kind of a crooked horizon. Let me see if I can straighten that out. Yeah, so see as I twist it here, often you can straighten out horizon. I don't remember this drone having a problem with a crooked horizon. Let's see if it straightens itself out. I wanted to take some pictures of the Boise front, but man, we definitely have some smoke in the air. So let's go this way. Then I'm going to do come back the other way hard and see if I can straighten that gimbal out. Yeah, not having much luck. It's a little bit crooked there, that horizon. And let's take it out of sport mode. Let's go into cinematic mode and see what that does. I think that's going to be a lot slower. I'm going to go full reverse. That actually is, well, shoot, that's as fast as sport mode, 10 meters per second. Huh, interesting. Yeah, sport mode, all I could get. So let's go back into sport mode, full forward, and let's see what that does. Now that's going faster than 10 meters per second. Yeah, there's 12, yeah. Oh, yeah, I was not pointed towards the drone. You guys that were watching, yeah, no doubt saw that. So, and I am kind of now, but I'm still getting red. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, we got it. Let's bring it back towards us. All righty. Anyway, what I wanted to do is I wanted to take some pictures here. So let's move it up, move it sideways and move it up. And you know, there's so much smoke in the air. I don't know what is the best thing to shoot here. Let's kind of drop the camera down a little. And again, I I found myself pointed away from the drone. Let's take a picture right there. So I'm going to stop recording right now. And I am going to go and switch it into photo mode. And we're going to shoot in JPEG. And I notice it changes our view there. And I'm going to hit the shutter button on the controller. And I went black and white there for a second on my feed, and then took a picture. And I think, as I recall, there were some ways that you could do panorama. Cineshots is one of them. Piloting mode is manual flight. Where would we find panorama on this guy? I tell you. Okay, let's click on that photo mode. Look at that, bracketing burst panorama. There it is. I clicked on that down arrow where it said photo mode, and there's panorama. Let's do a horizontal panorama, and let's start that right now. So it's taking pictures. And I believe it will stitch them all together for me on the SD card, as I recall, although I got to tell you, it's been a long time. So I like how it has a status bar at the bottom. As it goes across, it tells you how far until it's done. And there it's all done. So, but it's pointed the other way. Okay, let me drop the gimbal down just a little. And let's do a vertical shot here. So I'm going to point it this direction, and we're going to do a vertical panorama. So clicking on that down button again, and in panorama again, and vertical, and clicking that button. I'm going to do it on the app this time. And yep, it's taking pictures, and it's giving us that, giving us the status bar there at the bottom. About halfway through. So that's my point. This drone has a ton of features on it, and you know, again, it's an older product. Let's go over. I'm going to go back into single photo mode. In fact, we should do that. We should take. Well, no, we already did take a single picture, didn't we? Okay, so I'm going to go back into video mode, and you can see there 4K 30 is the top format in video mode. I'm going to go ahead and start video now, and I'm doing that on the app. Maybe, yeah, there it goes. But I want to show you more of the things that you can do with this drone in the app. Some of the flight modes that it has. If you look there, I clicked on where it says piloting mode, so we're in manual flight now. But cameraman mode, it will look at you and keep you in frame. The drone won't move, but it'll keep you in frame. Oh, and it does have follow me. I don't know why that isn't lit up right now. I'd probably have to stop recording first. But smart, well, I'm not going to do that right now. Yeah, smart dronies. We're going to click out of that right now. But there's a bunch of selections there, a bunch of what DJI would call quick shots in there that it will do. I know that, let's see, I think I've got this wrong. FPV, let's go over one more. Touch and fly, I think that is their version of waypoints. Again, it's been a while. And so let's go back. We're in manual flight mode, so let's just stick with that. And then Cineshots there, look at that at the bottom. Yeah, we've got a 360, a reveal, a spiral, and an epic. And I know it will do dolly zoom as well. I think that's what that epic is, I believe. So who knows? Maybe we can bring it back here to do some of that. Anyway, I hope you didn't get too bored there, but I just wanted to show you what was in the menu on this drone. So let's drop that back down, and let's bring it back down to us here. And again, we seem to be stuck with kind of a crooked horizon, and I'm not exactly sure why. We're in sport mode. I'm going to put it back into cinematic mode and see if that helps our, yeah, that's not how, look at that. Yeah, that, I wonder what, maybe cinematic might be doing something that I don't understand. I don't know, because it's not that the gimbal is, as I rock it, look at the gimbal. Yeah, so that must be locking up the gimbal. Yeah, I know racing mode does that. Let's go back into film mode, and let me drop the camera down a little bit, and then we're going to rock it back and forth in film mode. Yeah, so that cinematic mode, yeah, that is locking up the gimbal. That's what that was doing. Strong interference, it says, and I was pointed right at the drone that time. But in any case, let's bring her back down. We are down to 21% battery, so you know what? We're not going to get much more done here, are we? In fact, I'm going to back it back up, and let's do a return to home. Let's back this guy up, and we are going to do a return to home. I'm going to hit it on the controller right now, holding it up so the camera can see it. And look at that, it took that immediately, and it's returning home. And I think that I'm going to have to drop the camera down for it to see. And we're right next to some trees, so I want to make sure that it does not land in any trees or anything. I don't think it will, but we're close enough that it might. Yeah, so I stopped it there just to be on the safe side. You know, we were kind of close to that tree, so no point in tempting fate. I can bring it down here. Yeah, we're close enough to that tree that I didn't want to mess around. So we'll bring it down here, and I'm picking that camera up ever so slowly. Let's see if I can get it down on the landing pad here. So, you know, I have told you guys many times, and you can see, I'm moving the action camera here so that you can see the drone. I've told you guys many times that I'm a little bit challenged with depth perception, but I'm going to see. I think I've got it over the pad right now. We're going to find out. I'm going to go straight down on that left stick, straight down, put it in landing mode. Look at that, I was on the pad. And I notice it doesn't move the camera at all, so pick the camera back up to 0. But anyway, let me get it all shut down, and then we'll do a quick conclusion. The Parrot Anafi, you know, I've always enjoyed this drone, but we definitely saw the weaknesses there. If it had a good control signal, this thing would still be 100% legit today. It's got a ton of features. 4K 30 frames per second, takes great photos. You saw a couple of panoramas there as well. And I hope I didn't bore you too much going through the menu there, but I just wanted to show you some of the features that this drone has. Yeah, so if you find one used, I can recommend it. Understand that you're probably going to be better off flying this one out in the middle of the country where there's absolutely no Wi-Fi interference, etc. Or if not that, just like I did here, you know, you're going to keep it in within 300 or 400 feet of you, and you'll be just fine. If you try and go out much further than that, expect stuttering, expect even to maybe lose connection in the drone, go into return to home. But it's a neat little form factor, the way it folds up, and it's a very light. It's not sub 250, but it's very, very, very lightweight. Anyway, just a lot of fun, and has a ton of features on it. So you could do a lot worse with a lot of other drones. Again, it's the connection that lets this one down, Wi-Fi drone. But anyway, that's about it. This is Marcus with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I appreciate that you took the time to look at this video today. And of course, we'll see you on the next one. Yeah, man, I wish Parrot would still make some consumer drones for us. All right, see you guys later.